Once upon a time, in the bustling city of Harmonyville, there lived a young homeless girl named Lane. She had lost her parents at a very young age and had been living on the streets ever since. Despite her challenging circumstances, Lane had a heart of gold and a radiant smile that could light up the darkest corners of the city. One chilly evening, as the sun began to set, Lane was rummaging through a dumpster behind a quaint cafe, hoping to find some scraps of food to satisfy her hunger. As she searched, she heard a soft whimpering sound nearby. Curious, she followed the sound until she discovered a small, shivering dog curled up in a cardboard box. The dog was a tiny, scruffy, and forlorn creature with big, sad eyes. It was obvious that the dog was lost and had been without food or shelter for some time. Lane's heart ached for the little animal, and without a second thought, she decided to take it under her care. With the dog now by her side, Lane felt a newfound sense of companionship and warmth. She named the dog Hope because she believed that their meeting was a sign of hope for a better life. Together, they roamed the streets of Harmonyville, forming an inseparable bond. Despite their hardships, they found comfort in each other's presence. One day, while wandering near the park, Lane noticed a missing dog poster on a bulletin board. To her astonishment, the picture on the poster was a spitting image of Hope. Lane's heart sank, torn between the love she had developed for Hope and the realization that this dog must belong to someone who must be missing it terribly. Determined to do the right thing, Lane decided to follow the contact information on the poster. She reached out to the number listed and arranged to meet the owner at the park the next day. As the meeting approached, Lane couldn't help but feel anxious. She worried that parting ways with Hope would leave her feeling even more alone than before. However, she reminded herself that she couldn't keep something that didn't belong to her. The next day, at the park, a kind woman named Mrs. Johnson appeared, tears streaming down her face. When she saw Hope with Lane, she rushed forward and hugged the dog tightly, expressing her immense gratitude to Lane for finding her beloved pet. Mrs. Johnson learned about Lane's story, her struggles, and her homelessness. Touched by Lane's selflessness and compassion for her lost dog, she offered her a place to stay in her home. Lane was hesitant at first, but the warmth in Mrs. Johnson's heart and the chance for a better life persuaded her to accept the generous offer. As the days turned into weeks and months, Lane settled into her new life with Mrs. Johnson and Hope. Mrs. Johnson helped her enroll in school, where Lane's intelligence and determination shone through, earning her the support and admiration of her teachers and classmates. Meanwhile, Hope and Lane's bond only grew stronger as they supported each other through the highs and lows. Years passed, and Lane's story spread throughout Harmonyville, inspiring the community to come together to support their most vulnerable members. Mrs. Johnson and Lane became advocates for homeless individuals and their pets, founding a shelter to provide a safe haven for both humans and animals in need. Lane's journey from a homeless girl to a young woman making a difference touched the hearts of many. And in the heart of it all was a little lost dog named Hope, whose presence in Lane's life had sparked a series of events that led to a city filled with hope, compassion, and a sense of community. And so, the tale of Lane and Hope became a legend in Harmonyville, reminding everyone that even in the darkest of times, the smallest acts of kindness could lead to a brighter and more hopeful world for all. Hello everyone! I'm Lane, and today, I'm proud to stand before you as a woman who's embraced her journey of growth and self-discovery. From the depths of uncertainty, I've risen to embrace my authentic self, celebrating my strengths and embracing my imperfections.